I heard a great line in a movie a long time ago. I'm pretty sure it's a Clint Eastwood movie. And Clint's in a room there, and a guy walks up to him, comes into the room, walks up to Clint, and Clint looks at the guy, and obviously Clint didn't like the guy or didn't want him there. And he says, you know, you're about as welcome as a turd in a swimming pool. I think that was a great line. I think it is a great line, you know. I'm still laughing, but turd's kind of a whimsical word. Turd, he's a turd, you're a turd, they're a turd, it's kind of a whimsical word. But speaking of turds, let me give you an example of something where we should be prepared. We should be prepared for certain things that might happen, social things, okay? Let's say you're in a swimming pool, and you're a nice hot day, community pool, Park District pool. People are bobbing up and down, they're swimming, and you're not swimming, you're just bobbing up and down in the water, standing by the side in the water by the side of the pool, cooling off, relaxing. Pool's kind of crowded. And all of a sudden you see near you, floating near you, is a turd. Like I say, it's a kind of a whimsical word, but this is not funny if you're in the pool and the thing's floating by you. Now the question is, what do you do? Okay, do you kind of push the water away? Make waves in the water so it'll go by somebody else. And then if that's not working, and it keeps on getting closer because people are swimming and the water creates waves, like I said before. So maybe the movement of the water is pushing the turd closer to you. Now, what do? Do you rationalize and say, let me take a good look at it? Maybe it's a kid's turd. if that makes a difference, a turd's a turd. Remember where you heard it from, a turd's a turd. Okay, so now you look at it, you say it doesn't matter if it's a kid's turd or adult turd. Okay, you take your finger maybe, when you see you can't move with the water away from it, it keeps on getting closer and closer. You take your finger and kind of flick it. Now your finger might touch the turd. Obviously it's probably going to touch the turd if you're trying to flick it away from you. I don't know, is that doable? I mean, it's something you really want to do? Okay, now let's say you say to yourself, well, maybe, how did it get here? Maybe somebody couldn't get out of the pool quick enough. They got the urge, they had to get it, they had to do something, and they couldn't get out of the pool quick enough. Or the person never tried to get out of the pool. I mean, those things happen, So do you yell out to the lifeguard and say, yikes, look what's there? Or yell out to the people, get out of the pool, abandon the pool, there's a turd in the pool. The thing is, when you yell there's a turd in the pool, you might start laughing because they say it is a whimsical word, You might tell your buddies later on at a bar about it, then they'll have a good laugh about it. When you're there, it's not funny, okay? Or do you try and get out of the pool quickly, and if it does brush up against you, you run and take a hot shower, wash your hands, scrub yourself, throw a lot of soap on you. I mean, these things happen, so you should know before you get into the pool, just in case, okay, what you're going to do. Like I say, these are social things that may come up from time to time, so you want to be prepared. Here's another one. Let's say you're at a dinner party at somebody's house, and there's a lot of people walking around, milling around, having cocktails, and hors d'oeuvres, enjoying themselves, and a little conversation here and there, small groups talking, and you see a guy come out of the bathroom, and nice looking guy, tall guy, maybe 6'1", 6'2", dressed very, very nice, okay. And you look down and you see this real handsome looking guy with all these nice clothes on, and he's dragging some toilet paper underneath his shoe behind him. In other words, trailing behind him. Maybe it's unused toilet. Well, I hope it would be unused toilet paper, but it doesn't really make a difference, So, well, it does make a difference, So, what do? Do you go up to this guy and you say, "Excuse me, sir, hey buddy, you got a piece of toilet paper trailing behind you, You don't want to embarrass the guy, but if you don't want to embarrass him, maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, look, rather than say something to him, maybe I'll walk next to him and I'll put my foot on the toilet paper, so when he takes a step, it'll come off from his shoe, but now it'll get stuck on your shoe." So now you take one foot and put it over the toilet paper on the other foot, and you lift your foot up, and now it's stuck on your other shoe. Maybe you got to carry a big stick with you, so if it ever happens, you just put the stick down and get stuck in the stick. I mean, it's not funny, but it could happen, okay? It could happen. Here's another scenario. Let's say you're at the same dinner party, let's say, and you see a guy walking around with his fly open, okay? Now, you don't want to embarrass, another guy, you don't want to embarrass the guy, but you feel you should let him know because he probably, he's walking around here with his fly open, and it's clearly visible, so you want to come up to the guy and you say to the guy, you look him straight in the face, and you say, hey buddy, go by his ear and say, hey buddy, excuse me, I don't want to say anything, but your fly's open, And the guy turns around and looks you straight in the face, okay, straight in the face, and he says, I know. What do? You run and tell the host, you call the police, you call the hot